What's going on, guys? All right. Well, guess what? We're back at Pocono tonight. It's time for the NNR Cup Series to take their turn around this tricky triangle, also known as Pocono Raceway. 3 turns, very different, way hard to get a hold of it sometimes. People starting on low presets, high presets. Going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to get it right. The cars that we saw during the truck and Xfinity races, we saw Asbel dominate the trucks. We saw mixed bag for the Xfinity series. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just waiting on the one and only HD Motorsports to make his way in the booth. It should just be another minute or two. But the guys are qualifying right now. We've got about 26 or 27 cars on track. This is the last of the double headers for the week. It has absolutely been a lot of fun, but it's not over yet. Got just a little bit more to go, and from what I hear, Rose is going to be fast. Jose 720 is going to be back in the field. You got Sledgehammer, your 3 that are have all the hope in the world to make the Pro League Season 2. We'll have the Pro League Season 1 runner-up in the booth with us here in just a little bit. Bill's Legend, good to see you, sir. Always great to see the truck and Xfinity guys come up and support the Cup teams. But man, we're gonna go ahead and kick this off with our buddies over at Madison Rising. Get our anthem in the books. Get this started. As always, please stand. Remove your hats. America's #1 patriotic rock group. Here they come.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in there. say, stand to pray, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, just that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, in the home of the
All right, and once again, we say thank you very much to America's most patriotic rock group, Madison Rising. All right, guys. Yeah, we're back. The one and only HD Motorsports in the booth, ready to go. Pocono, what turn for HD? We got a lot of fast cars tonight. Got a few Pro League hopefuls. You were there last season. We're man, this. It seems like the season is just getting started. Even though here in NNR we're more than halfway through. Who do you got tonight, buddy? And how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Happy to be back here Thursday night. Also, a little separate, a little separate lineup for you, man. We got two races, not just one, but two 25% races at Pocono. A little double header action at the real life NASCAR will be doing this year as well once they get racing yet again. But I'm gonna go with our last year's winner. If you don't remember correctly, Pete, Rowdy and Dohart got together, and a more smoke came out of nowhere for the race win. I gave him some hell earlier on. Said, Moore, when's the last time you won? Well, I think he gets it done tonight.
Moore's going to be absolutely strong, but you know what? I'm going with the guy that's riding all kinds of momentum, at least in the first race anyway. I'm taking your normal pick, that fast 16-year-old guy who's got all his sights set on a Pro League. Came in P2 during the race the other night to Chicago, finished behind the one and only Bolt, or whatever he's back to, a Lucky Dog now. I'm taking CGMX Rose. I don't know if he's going to have pole tonight. I wouldn't doubt it, wouldn't put it past the kid. But in race one, I'm going to go with the kid. I'll have the streams of Boehner and a more smoke up, so we'll see if your pick will come to fruition. Looks like Bill's Legend is in chat saying J-Paw's taking it tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Also, a big shout out to Crazy GTA, man, for following the stream while we were offline between the Xfinity race and tonight. But yeah, like you said, two 25% races tonight. If you're going to go to Pocono this year, it's going to be a great time, hoping all this Corona crap gets out of the way, because on Friday night it's going to be the ARCA series. Saturday it's going to be like the Cup and Xfinity or Cup and Truck, and then on Sunday again Cup and Xfinity or Cup and Truck. So Cup guys are racing twice, Xfinity, trucks, ARCA. I mean, it's going to be a crazy weekend for racing. If you're up in the Poconos, man, go check it out. It's going to be a phenomenal weekend.
No, it's going to be a great weekend, man. We're going to have a great night tonight, I do believe. And I think they're currently qualifying right now, Pete. What are the odds that the young gun, CGMX Rose, gets the pole yet again?
I tell you what, I talked to him the other night before and a little after the Chicago race, and the young man is counting a streak, not only in here, not only in NNR, but also in that race. He was upset that his pole streak was broken. I think he's going to take it tonight. He's got the mojo going.
All records are meant to come to an end. They all end at one point. The only problem is he'll probably break his own record, honestly. he'll set the record on top of his record, and I wouldn't doubt it at all. As we're waiting for invites to come out here, should be any moment now.
Yep, they're done qualifying. They're taking their cool down laps. They'll get back into the lobby, get everything back up and sorted out. One last pep talk from the one and only Coey. Brom, good to see you. Thanks for checking in tonight. Got a lot going on. Back, if you caught the truck race, I think I saw you in the Xfinity race. Back to a doubleheader. 40 laps, about a 10-minute recess. We'll talk to the winners or your top three. during that recess, and then we're gonna set them loose again after the field is inverted. HD, that's something we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something interesting that kind of goes into maybe a little bit of a strategy play. 25%, yeah, that's a long race, but overall, that's generally pretty short. I mean, this thing's probably going to go under an hour long for each race. So, you want to do well in the first race, but got to set yourself up good enough to get a good, strong finish in a second.
Yeah, you've got to. And the truck race, it went green during the first race, and Asbel, the man, the driver that he is, his truck was on rails all night. There were a couple that were able to keep up with him, like Boehner and whatnot. But that guy, he set sail. Once he got that clean air, he figured out his marks for each and every turn, and he was gone. Um, I don't know if they're going to repeat what happened in the second race, because once the stronger trucks and cars for the Xfinity race were put in the back, had some issues with those guys coming up through the pack, not necessarily being the most patient, shall we say. I don't know if it's going to work out the same way. If Coey's going to kind of tolerate that, we'll have to see. But man, I'm looking forward to seeing what the best in Priest on the Xbox are capable of doing as they switch up the field here just a little bit.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. Whitehammer out here saying, "What's up, guys? How you doing, buddy? Gonna be a great one tonight at Pocono. What turn four are we talking about, Pete? There's three points on a triangle. Is there three turns or four turns?
Three turns, tricky triangle. It's yeah. There you are, crazy GTA man. Thank you very much for following. While we were offline, but yeah. What turn four? I did a little bit of research about this place a little ways back. Q Dog, good to see you. Um, the turns of Pocono are modeled after different racetracks. One is modeled after the old Trenton Speedway. Another is modeled after Indy, and the last actually modeled off of. I just had it. It starts with an M. Damn it. Milwaukee Mile. So three different corners of Pocono Raceway to model three different tracks around the country. That's why they call it tricky. But HD, I don't know if you've noticed or if you've taken any laps around this place. The rumble strips and the grass that used to cover the tunnel turn, they're gone. A lot of guys have been using that now paved section to make up some time, and they've also been able to use it as a passing zone.
Yeah, it just makes that, before in the previous Heat games, that was a very, very narrow part. And that's really where you didn't want to pass, was down into that little narrow top of the triangle part, because you would wash up into the car above you, or the car on the bottom of you would wash up into you. Now that they got that out of the way, it's so much more wider. You can see a lot of dive bombing. And Pete, honestly, I think that's going to be the premium passing spot here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we saw people 3 and 4 wide going through the tunnel turn. You never, ever, ever saw that. We saw some great drafting and slingshot action in the first two series as they raced here. I think we're going to see a lot of the same tonight with these cup cars. More power. I know a lot of guys were really cranking up the air pressures on the right side to get those cars to turn and kind of slide off the corner to get them to face the right direction and keep digging. Looks like they are just about done. Just looks like we're just waiting on the infamous Carol to send us the invite. They should be forthcoming. Kobe's got the lobby paused. Awesome, Mama Bear. Good to see you. Getting there, though, HD. We are getting.
Yeah, man, we're definitely getting there. I'm excited again to call this race with you tonight. It's always a good time to call the race with the one, the only repeat up in here in the booth, man. So who's your dark horse? You're picking the young gun himself,
Oh,
that 20 of CGMX Rose. Who do you have as a dark horse winning this race tonight?
oh boy. I'm going to go with a guy that I haven't got a chance to talk to all that much, but the guy's been riding a lot of top fives here lately. I'm going to go with that 21 of JCX12. He's fast at Iowa, fast at Michigan. We finished second in that four-wide finish. I'm going to go with that 21. Who do you got?
Yeah, 21 is definitely a good pick there to be able to get that dark horse pick. That's actually gonna be one of my picks, honestly. But I'm gonna go with a guy last year. I mentioned it earlier. Him and Rowdy were duking it out. I'm gonna go with Dohar as my dark horse pick here tonight. He's got one win off of speed so far. I think he gets the second one done tonight.
Uh, Actually, he's got two. He won that one. Oh, you mean the second one off of speed? Yeah, he
Yeah.
could get his third win of the night after winning at Richmond, mostly on fuel. Got it done at Michigan in that four-wide finish. Yeah, he was strong, like you said last year, where that he had the big old duel with Rowdy going down the backstretch, blocking each other all the way to the inside wall almost. It's gonna be interesting to see how Dohar does tonight if he's gonna ride it off of fuel. Which talking to Stout, he wasn't gonna be too against some fuel mileage racing tonight either. Looks like I'm getting the invites from Carol as you see him put up on my screen. Are you getting them as well, or just me?
I don't have anything.
Okay, I'll get in there as soon as I do. I will pass it along to you. There we go. Got it.
Yep, you got it.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we're loading in. Pocono Raceway, 40 laps for each race, and the field will be inverted. Um, yep, it will be the one and only CGMX Rose on the pole tonight, keeping his NNR streak alive. It doesn't seem like anybody's got anything for this kid. And I tell you what, he's so pumped up on what was it? What last night for after the Chicago race for the Pro League qualifying races or preliminary races. Man, I think that kid's gonna really turn some heads this year. HD.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't get picked, I'm just calling right now. It's a sham, honestly, in my opinion. I mean, Rose should have made it in, no questions asked the first time when it went around. But here we are going out on the track. That 20 car, a CGMX Rose, the young gun, right there in the pole position. Up on the outside of him is actually going to be the 36 Boehner, who's been running well all season long since he's transformed up into the Cup Series there in P3. Pete, we got Ingalls on the outside of Ingalls. We got my race pick, the 42 of More Smoke.
Yep, behind More Smoke, you got the 13 of Rowdy since joining Dirtier Motorsports. That whole team has gotten better and better. Outside of him, you got the 17 of Sully. Man showed a lot of promise since joining NNR. Then you've got the 48 of the Aviator rocking some new colors with God Power to his outside. Then the other
right
Pro
behind
League
these guys, you got the 47, a Sledgehammer, another Pro League hopeful in this race. Stay finessed on the outside of him. Running behind that 47 is going to be the 2 of Stout Whiskey with the 9 of Carroll. No, excuse me, the 6 of Heated Snowman on the outside.
Yeah, then you got J-Paw right back there rocking the Pennzoil 22 colors tonight. The 8 of Augustus, the 43 of Jose 720. They're coming down the back stretch. There's the 95 of Kamal. JCX 12 running the inside about midway pack back. Dan the Lawn Man, JRM Dohar. There's Coey back there with the one and only Mountain Pro Viper Knights. Smitty, and we're back up front with 20 coming out. The 20 coming out of turn 3.
Hey, he's coming out of turn 3 down the front stretch. Green flags in the air here at Pocono Raceway. Double header. CGMX Rose at the line. They are green.
Yeah, green with the 36 of Boehner, like you said, to the outside. The 11 of Ingall's going to pull up right behind his teammate, try to give him a big push as they go through turn 1, but it doesn't look like Ingall's is actually able to keep up. That is the benefits of that shifter, as you very well know you get that extra tenth or so it seems, to get up through the gears quicker than anybody else.
I'm going to call it 2/10 with the shifter. We got a side-by-side battle as the 42 of Amore Smoke's able to clear the 11 of Ingles to move Amore Smoke up to P3. Ingles back to P4. Here comes the 1 of God Power to round out the top 5.
Yeah, God Power right behind that 11 of Ingles. Behind God Power, you've got the 13 of Rowdy. Some interesting colors. Wasn't quite sure whether that was him or not. Not sure who that sponsor is on the hood, but there is the 17 of Sully behind the 17. Here's their Hornet's Nest HD.
Yeah, Rowdy in a red car here tonight. He's usually been running that blue 13, but he's got the Shriners Hospital out tonight. I think that is his sponsor for his race here at Pocono Raceway. Get up towards the front of the pack, Pete. We are single filed out, 7 cars deep.
Yeah, single file out, actually most of the pack deep as they go down the Long Pond straightaway, heading back into the tunnel turn. Again, everybody able to use that now black topped over part of the racetrack where it used to be gone around. Now everybody's using it as a little bit more of a racing groove. That front pack starting to distance themselves after the 13 back to the 48.
And we got a battle for the race lead. We're 3 wide down the front stretch at the line. CGMX Rose dropping like a rock. Move the 42 of Amore Smoke out towards the front. 36 of Boehner dropping back to P4.
Yeah, 36 of Banner inside the 1 of God Power. And NRGP racing under his older tag tonight. Said he was having some issues getting in, but looks like the 11, the 42, they're hooked up bumper to bumper going down this Long Pond back straightaway. Again, heading into the tunnel turn. It's, man, all single file right now.
Yeah, they're single file, but we saw right there as they came down the backstretch. And actually, we got side-by-side action up here for the race lead. The 11 Wingouts diving it down into turn 3. Up off the corner. He's going to make a slide job. Amore Smoke's going to file back the P2. Single filed out. Far as the eye can see, coming down the front stretch.
Yeah, he pulled that slide perfectly. There's no way Amore could have blocked. He got down into turn 3. Here's Amore Smoke coming back on the inside.
Hey, he's coming back, and he's coming back with a friend because that's the 1 of God Power right behind him. But the 11 of Ingles powering Surgeon up on the outside. He's going to stay to Amore Smoke's quarter panel down into the tunnel turn.
Yeah, now they're 2 by 2 for the first 4. Then Rowdy's trying to figure out which line he wants to go with. I have no doubt he's going to duck on down low. 42 is going to challenge the 11. 36 to the inside of the 1. 13 is the lone car.
And we're 3 wide up here, battling out for second place. The 11 of Ingles tap the outside wall, coming out of the tunnel turn. We got Chaos coming through turn 3 to 1 of God Power. Wishy-washy all the way around the corner, able to hold it together.
Yeah, the 1 of God Power just about got hooked and almost sent it around, but you know, that kid's got some amazing hands, able to hold on to it, kept it straight, cut a little bit of the grass. That's going to make Dan the lawn man a little envious, but up front, it's all the 11.
Yeah, the 42 of Amore Smoke actually has got about a 3 to 4 car length lead. Coming out of turn 1 down a backstretch with God Power's mess up there, coming through turns 3. Actually, the only turn 3 is we got Chaos towards the back of the pack. Looks like the 21 of JCX12 spinning around.
Yeah, I thought for a second there, because the 11 came through that tunnel turn so slow, I thought caution was going to be out. Blazer, good to see you back in chat, sir. Hope all's well. The 11 had so much room between himself and Boehner, and himself and the 20, I think. Who is that behind him? No, it's the 34. A stay finessed. I thought the 11 was up front right there.
It's going to be the 42 of Amore Smoke. We've got another car down on the inside, down the front stretch. Able to hold it together, though, but we actually got the 11 of Ingles working that apron through turns 1 and 2. Getting a little loosey-goosey. Gonna lose a spot to that 34 of Stay Finesse on the outside, so drop the 11 back to P4.
Yeah, the 11 back to P4. Those guys in second and third have been working a ton together offline, making sure that their cars were ready for each race. They worked really well together in the Xfinity race. Boehner worked really well with Asbel in the truck race. I'm thinking that Stay Finesse and Boehner are really going to go somewhere as there's a battle again for fourth.
Yeah, the 11 wingouts was looking down low there just for a moment. Thought better of it. I think these three got to work together to be able to catch them. We got
Caution's out.
caution. Yep,
Yep.
caution is out.
All
And
right,
actually,
so
the 21 of JCX12 just came off of pit road, so he may be a race leader, barring any race damage he might have had with that spin.
yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, he would have taken it down pit road for a reason. Maybe started on a little bit higher of a preset, started to get it a little loose. We'll have to see where the 21 cycles out as they come off pit road. They got about 15 seconds left to go in this break to get their first taste of adjustments in these Cup cars. HD, they're about to set them free because now they should have most of their setup in, being such a short race. You can imagine these guys were banking on the entire race going green with just one stop. I'll get us a lap count as we go back to green, but I think that might have been their one and only stop.
Yeah, and here it is right there. That 21 JCX12 definitely lucked out because he is your race leader. Green flags in the air here at Pocono Raceway, but a 42 of them, more smoke, making a power move up on the outside, coming through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's able to hold off the 21. The 36 had to check up just a little bit as well. There's the 21 on the inside of the 34 is Stay Finesse. Finesse is going to lock in right behind his buddy and give him a bit of a shot going into the tunnel. Turn 21, tight inside that 36 going into turn 2.
Yeah, he's going to wash up the track there just a bit. That's going to allow the 13 of Rowdy to get a double, get a twofer through the tunnel turn, move Rowdy up to P3. Pete, the biggest loser out of all this was the 20th CGMX Rose because he's all the way in the back of the pack.
Yeah, Rose, I tell you what, though, he's got a fast car. No doubt in my mind he'll be able to work his way back on up. I tell you, JCX12 started on the pole like you thought, coming out of that pit stop, but he has dropped. He got stuck on that outside line. He's all the way back to about 7th or 8th place. We've got 29 laps to go, so everybody will have to make one more pit stop.
Yeah, 29 laps to go. Again, guys, we are doing a double header here tonight, just like they will do in real life. 2 25% races here at Pocono, with the field getting inverted in the second race. But looking at this race right now, my race pick to win it all. The 42 of a more smoke running in P1. 34 a Stay Finesse in P2. And there, the man, the myth, the legend, they call him Rowdy for a reason, running P3, looking to go side by side down the front stretch.
Yeah, side by side with the 34's Finesse. It looked like Finesse got the draft of that 42, was able to pull back a little bit closer to a More Smoke's back bumper. That made the 13 drop back into P3. The 11 of Ingalls in P4. Behind Ingalls, there's the 40 of the Aviator starting to creep up into the picture.
Yeah, 48 finding his way towards the front of the pack like he does usually do. Here it is, Rowdy to the outside, but we got the 34 Stay Finesse down low through the tunnel turn. We're going to go side by side. 42 of a More Smoke up on the high side. Rowdy down low doing a crossover.
Yeah, Rowdy down low, but I tell you what, that goes to show the power that a More Smoke has in that car. He kept his position on the high line. He didn't duck down over where the rumble strip used to be, going through the tunnel turn. He's got that car turning, HD. Nobody's going to be able to have anything for him if this car stays as strong as it is. Your pick may be going to victory lane.
Yeah, talking to a More Smoke before this race went green. He said, you guys better watch out because when I get used to this steering wheel, it is all over. Well, Pete, he's looking used to it right now, but he's got some battle. There's a chaos there towards the middle of the pack. Cars spinning around. We may have the second caution of the night.
Yeah, it looks like right at the point of caution, 42 of a More Smoke was in the lead. 34 of Stay Finesse was to the inside. 13 of Rowdy was P3. Ingalls P4, and none other than the other young gun, Aviator, sitting P5. But that we saw cars flipping going down the backstretch.
Yeah, we had cars taking flight in the Poconos here at the tricky triangle out of turn 1. I think someone got a little loose, someone got a little tight. They met in the middle, and from there it was all said and over with laps winding down, Pete. How far can they go on one green flag run?
I believe with the 3 times where they were knocking on about 17 laps, I could be slightly off, but the wear on these tires was so bad they couldn't. I don't think they were able to stay out for the entire fuel run. The cars were just all over the place, getting really loose off of turn one as the cars got lighter and lighter. But we're going back to green flag racing with the 34 of Stay Finesse to the outside of the 42 of Amore Smoke. Ingalls the 13 and the 48, so no change in the top 5 going through one.
Yeah, going through one. We're still side by side, 2 rows deep, battling it out for the top 4 positions. There's that 42 of Amore Smoke down low, maybe able to edge that 34. Stay Finesse through the little tunnel turn up here. He's got the preferred line, should be able to clear him off. There's Rowdy diving it down low to 48 of the Aviator, making its presence known.
Yeah, the 13 really had to get on the binders, otherwise he was going to wash up into that 34. But here comes 34 to the lead, 42 of Amore Smoke behind him. Then it's going to be the 13 of Rowdy because of that draft. Ingalls a lone duck to the inside.
Yeah, Ingles down low. He's going to follow back up in line. Here's Amore Smoke, though, looking down low, down the front stretch, down into turn 1. He's side by side with that 34 of Stay Finesse up on the high side. 13 of Rowdy running in P3. They're still nose to nose off the corner.
Yeah, Amore Smoke got that low line really rolling. He's got the 13 of Rowdy right behind him. Aviator pulls up on the back of the 42. They're going 3 wide into 2.
Yeah, they're going 3 wide, but we got a wreck towards the back of the pack as we stay green. Caution is out.
Yep, there it is. I'm not quite sure who was up front at that point. It could have been the 13. It could have been the 34. Sometimes they don't get quite wound up in time. Cowboy Matt's checking out the stream saying, let's go Ingles. Matt, good to see you out there, sir. Badly, what's happening? Whew, I think we might be looking at our first modified restart here if they can't get this sorted out and get it wound up just a little bit. There's about 78 points on the line. Even though there's no stages tonight, they're still getting stage points for where they finish first through 10th. It's going to be somebody saying in chat, I don't want to be the person that has to do points tonight. It's going to be a big shakeup, or possibly be a big shakeup once Coey gets these all figured out. But it looks like the 22 with J-Pod on the outside here.
Yeah, we got the 38 of Mountain, if I'm not mistaken, down low to the race lead. We got some pit strategy, but look at the 42 of Amore Smoke. Shot out like a rocket from that green flag. He's going to take the race lead early.
Yeah, 42 of Amore Smoke down low, 38 of Mountain up high. Here comes the 34 of Finesse. Finesse gave the 38 plenty of room. He's going to be able to stay on that high side as the 22 of J-Pon now gets run to that 38. Here comes Rowdy to the inside.
Yeah, Rowdy to the inside, battling out for P2 through the tunnel turn, able to slide up just in front of Stay Finesse as they single file out 5 cars deep. We got the 40 of the Aviator moving up to P4.
Yeah, unfortunate turn for the 20 of CGMX Rose. I saw him going around off the exit of the tunnel turn, and we're going to be back under caution.
Yeah, that 20 car CGMX Rose qualified on the pole position, has been in trouble all race long. Pete, I think with the ante up here at Pocono tonight, with the doubleheader, 2 25% races with the inverted field, everybody is trying to get all they can.
Yeah, they've got to try. Even though, again, there's no stage racing, they are racing for stage points when the first race comes to a finish. And then, as always, during about a 5 to 10 minute recess while they get things reloaded, we'll talk to our top 3 as always. And we'll be looking for an inversion to start race number 2. But before that, right now, you got the 42 of Amore Smoke up front. As we're riding right along with him, looks like the 13 of Rowdy, 34 of Stay Finesse, and then the 48 of the Aviator. That's your top 4. More Smoke pulling away strong.
Yeah, Amore Smoke pulling out strong. He's got the 34 of Stay Finesse right on his bumper. Gave him a little bumper, gonna push him up a track just a bit. Rowdy returning the favor to him as a More Smoke still your race leader at a turn one with laps winding down here in race number one. Gotta be in the teens as they're single filed out 7 cars deep.
Yeah, all single file out. The only one to the inside there was the 11 of Ingalls. He's going to try to cut that low line. They are using even more than that paved section going through the tunnel turn. They're in the grass, HD, as the 42 of More Smoke comes across the start-finish line. I will get us a lap count. Like you said, they got to be winding down in the first of 2 races tonight. As he comes across that line, looks like we have just about 15 laps to go.
Yeah, 15 to go here at Pocono in race one. We got the 13 Rowdy looking on the high side, coming through turn one, down the straightaway into the tunnel turn. The 42 of More Smoke going to be able to hold them off, but the 34 of Stay Finesse down low, battling it out for second place, and they're battling out for third, fourth, fifth as well.
Yeah, behind the More Smoke, it's double wide. Here comes the double O of Augustus. Haven't talked about him at all tonight. He's blocking that 38 all the way down the line, kind of reminiscent of Rowdy and Dohar last year going into turn 3.
Yeah, coming into turn 3, the 11 of Ingalls stuck his nose in there, got the door slammed on him as they come out of turn 3. Down the front stretch, cars bobbing and weaving all over the place, but up front we got a 2-car breakaway without a 10-car length lead on the rest of the pack.
Yeah, 42 of More Smoke, 38 of Stay Finesse, Rowdy in P3, Augustus P4, 48 of the Aviator P5. Then there's the 38 of the Mountain, having a great race just in front of the 22 of J-Pa for all the J-Pa Army members out there in chat tonight.
Yeah, J-Pa Army going wild. He's having a good race here in race number one. 1 of 2. Pete, if you're these guys up in front, if you're the 34 of Stay Finesse, are you possibly working with that 42 of a More Smoke to guarantee you a 1 or a 2nd place finish?
You've got to. You know a More Smoke is strong. He's been up front all night long. Work with the guy, learn his line, stay behind him, keep him in a draft, push him down these straightaways, then settle the race among yourself as we wind it down.
Yeah, laps winding down, coming down a front stretch into turn 1. I think that's exactly what the 34 of Stay Finesse is thinking. But if you look back there at the 13 of Rowdy, he's got the 00 of Augustus, and I think the 48 of the Aviator works him. That gap is closing just a bit. They got it down to about 8 car lengths.
Yeah, 48's getting a huge shove from the 11 of Ingalls all the way down. I wasn't quite sure if the 48 was going to be able to get that woad up. Thought he might have been pushed a little bit too deep into the corner for his liking, but I think that actually set the 11 up for a pass going into 3. He's able to get under that 48.
Yeah, you better start playing that shark song, and I'm not talking about Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do. I'm talking about Jaws, because here comes Rowdy. He's got it down to about 6 car lengths as they go down the front stretch. He's got pressure, though, from the 00 of Augustus.
Yeah, 00 said, I am not riding. I need that position. I want those stage points. I am not in the Cup Series for no reason, as 13 pulls a crossover on the 00 coming through 1.
As they go side by side, Rowdy's going to clear them down a straightaway into the tunnel turn. That's going to kill their momentum as they were trying to close the gap into the front 2. Caution is out.
Yeah, caution is out with 12 laps to go. We should get restarted right about 10 to go. Thank you about all 23 to 25 guys catching us in chat. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break. Want to follow us? Here's how.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, as you see them getting racked and stacked back up, there's the 20th CGMX Rose starting right now about P9. We'll be looking to see or watching to see if he can work his way back up through this traffic. He's got a fast hot rod started on pole. yet again in another NNR race. HD, double wide, going down 1 and 2. HD, did I lose you?
Oh, no, I'm here. My mic was just muted, man. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're double wide coming down the front stretch now, down the straightaway into the tunnel turn with the 42 of our More Smoke, 13 of Rowdy looking to make it 3 wide through the tunnel turn now.
Rowdy says, I want these points. He's got a little bit of points to make up after last, going through the tunnel turn, a lot of dirt getting thrown out onto the track right there. But yeah, Rowdy wants those points. He does not want to race second. We've never, ever known him just to lay back, coming through 3 in 3. He's got the 42 and the 34 in his sights now.
Yeah, 34, stay from that smack the wall on the outside. It's going to allow Rowdy with a P2. Got to be getting into the single digits here in race number 1 as the action is definitely picking it up. And a 0-0 of Augustus making a power move up the P3.
Yeah, Augustus underneath the 34 is Stay Finesse. More Smoke and the 13 able to keep it off the wall. Big challenge by the 13.
Yeah, 13 down low. This is where you want to be in a tunnel turn as they going side by side. There they are, cutting the apron there just a bit. Coming off of More Smoke, hanging strong up on the high side.
Yeah, More Smoke again showing that high line power that I mentioned that he had earlier. Able to get the throttle down quick. Not sure if he's downshifting into third, back into fourth, or if he's shifting it all. But either way, he has got that car rotating high off the corner. Able to get that power down quick as he's blocking the 13 going down this front straightaway.
He blocked him all the way in the other zip code. That's how far he blocked him down a straightaway. But Rowdy was able to get position as he's up underneath that 42 of More Smoke off of turn 1. Rowdy to the race lead.
Rowdy does a slide job coming off that tunnel turn, 13 and 42. 00, 34, 48. That's your top 5 with the 11 of Ingall's right behind. And third, it looks like the 20, CGMX Rose going to try to lead the 22 and J-Paw through this pack.
Yeah, we got chaos of cars there. I think they're 3 wide, battling it out for about 5th place. So far, Rowdy out in front of More Smoke, closing the gap in just a bit. Rowdy really taking that thing wide out of turn 3, down the front stretch, laps winding down.
Yeah, I believe that this is going to take us to 5 to go as the More Smoke crosses that line. That's 6. I was close, but right behind this 13, you got the 42. Here comes the young gun. Hashtag grow with Rose. Grow with Rose to the front. Here comes the 48 under the 42.
Yeah, CGMX Rose out of nowhere, really, again. He got the race pole position yet again. You might as well etch his name into every race going forward. So far, was in the back of the pack for a while, but he's got a heat-seeking missile locked in, and his target is Rowdy.
Yeah, two cautions ago, it was because that 20 clipped the grass, went around off the bumper of somebody else. He was able to work his way back up through the pack, running P2 behind that 13. Then you got the 42 of a More Smoke. Your top 3 in points now running 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, here they are, Rose with a huge run down the front stretch. Rowdy blocking the inside line. Rose to the outside. I think we got a... No, we're still green.
Yep. Still green from More Smoke. His feet, yeah, we are still green. And, looks like the 13.
We're wrecking.
Yep.
I just think it's going to be a caution now, I guarantee you, because there's a huge one. I see a car flipping all the way down into turn 1, and we're in the tunnel turn. Good Lord Almighty, I do not know who that was, but I hope you had State Farm, because it can protect you from mayhem like that.
He's hitching a ride on the next SpaceX shuttle. But yeah, this is going to bring us to about a green-white checker, if I'm not mistaken, HD. Oh, rack and stack them back up, 3 to go. I don't think it's going to be our only green-white checker.
I would be shocked if this is the only green-white checker. Pete, I think I like this 25% racing, man. It is amped up. There is battles all over the place. Yeah, there might be a few more cautions, but it's just people trying to get every single point they can. Here we are, back to the race, though. We got the 13 Rowdy to the race lead, 20 of CGMX Rose on the outside, the 42 of a More Smoke Rounding out your top 3, a more smoke with a good launch here with the shifter.
Okay, I think we might be seeing different things. I am actually showing the 12 of Knights to the point a little bit. Oh, car's hard on the outside wall.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, the 12 of Knights to the race point. I don't know what happened there. Down in a turn 1. A little bit of blocking going on while the 42 of a more smoke had a huge run off that green flag launch, and it just was chaos. And Pete, if we were a betting man, we would have been right because we got another green-white checkered coming.
Yep, Q-Dog saying J-Paw's the GOAT. Your sister, Awesome Mama Bear saying Rowdy. Whoop. KG Swat saying Rose is hauling. Swats, yes, he is. Good to see you out there. I tell you, it's good to see when chat gets involved, gets the juices on that side flowing. We try to keep y'all entertained. HD, I think we do a pretty damn good job, but it's all about the guys on track.
100%, man. Without the guys on the track putting on the show, we wouldn't be up here calling anything. As this is pretty weird because there's no one to the outside of the 12 car of Knights. We got the 20 of CGMX Rose pulling off down the apron. I don't know exactly what is going on right now, but green flags in the air for a green-white checkered situation with the 12 of Knights out in front.
Yeah, 12 of Knights out front. He's going to try to keep the 48 of the Aviator behind him. This could be a huge points night for the one and only Knights if he could just hold on, going through through turn 1, getting down the long pond straightaway. There are 3 wide, 2 rows back with the double O, the 2 of Stout Whiskey. Knights got pushed up high a little bit, going to allow a whole bunch of points get on by 48 of the Aviator to the lead.
Oh, and there's chaos there coming out of straightaway into turn 3. This might bring out another caution. Can Aviator hit the line? I do not think so. Caution is in the air. We're going for our 3rd green-white checkered.
Yeah, these guys, the points are counting up. Nobody's going to let these go. Looks like the 20 of CGMX Rose got some pretty nasty hood damage right behind the 13 of Rowdy. But HD, these guys are all the way in the back now. We talked earlier about the field being inverted. Do you think these guys, knowing that they're sitting really, really good on points, they're in the back now, waiting on the field to be inverted for the start of the second race? Figure, you know what? Let somebody else get those stage points. Don't really need them. I want to be up front for the second race when it's really going to count.
So is it what? Top 10 only getting points? Is everybody getting points?
Top 10 gets the stage points, but after the race is over, the field gets inverted. So right now, everybody in the back, they would start up towards the and look where more smoke, look where Rowdy is, look where all these other really strong contenders that have been up front all night, they're all sitting in the back right now.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know how long it's going to take us to get to the second race, but green flags in the air. The 2 of Stout Whiskey saying, hey, man, I'll take some stage points because I'm out to the race lead of 30. Actually, Stout Whiskey into the wall. 48 of the Aviator down low out to the race lead.
Yep, 48 of the Aviator stay finessed right behind him. Then you got the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey, like you said. That car that's in the middle, I think that's the 34, that we were just talking about. They are cutting that grass yet again, going through the tunnel turn. Looks like we are staying green, though.
Yeah, staying green for the time being. I saw a lot of cars going everywhere, went out towards the front. The 48 of the Aviators got about a 5-car length lead. Coming to the line right now. He hits it, so next flag ends this stage.
Yeah, next flag ends the stage. 48 of the Aviator definitely in charge. Got the 34 Stay Finessed behind him in P3. I think that's the 43 of the People's Champ, Jose 720, working his way with a nice top 5. Then you got the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey. Behind Stout is the 95 of Kamal, having a good night.
Yeah, 95 Kamal is looking to cash in on some good points, running in P5, but up here towards the front, that's 34 of Stay Finesse. Caught the bumper of the 48. They're bobbing, weaving down the straightaway into the turn 3. Stay Finesse up on the outside. 43 looking low.
Yeah, 43 hard on the gas on the outside, trying to keep it off the wall. 43 slides in front of him. 48 to 43 dueling for the lead. Woo! Well,
Man,
looks
there's a
like
lot of
we'll
action.
be
You know
talking to
what to
some new
say.
people this week.
There's so much action right there. You know what to say.
Oh, man, we're going to have Jose back in the booth, HD.
Yeah, Jose is definitely a good dude while they get ready to invert the field for the next race. Yeah, you called it there. The 20th CGMX Rose dropped to the back of the pack. 42 of them more smoke dropped. Rowdy dropped to the back of the pack. I think these guys are kind of looking at the bigger picture because I think they just realize, yeah, this race can be chaotic, but this is also a very, very short race, and we know these guys are capable to go on a green flag run as we got actually Finesse up in here. We're waiting for the other two.
Yeah, now everybody that's out there in chat, don't go anywhere. This is only the first of 2 races tonight. So if you liked all that action that you just saw on track, well, guess what? We're about to duplicate it. And it's going to be even more because it's another whole set of points that everybody's going to want to watch or going to want in the bank as we get closer and closer to the start of the chase. I think we got what, HD, like 5 races to go before we kick it off. And yeah, 48's going to capitalize big on this first race.
Yeah, he's going to capitalize with a lot. That's 10 bonus points to him. It's definitely going to close the gap into your current series standings leaders. So a good 10 points, man, coming into the final go. Yeah, he's going to be towards the back of the pack, but we know Aviator, he is one person that can get it done.
Swats, I'm not 100% sure where Mountain finished. Let's see. It looks like Coey's kind of going through the standings just a little bit. Nope, not quite sure. All right. We're going to go ahead and back out of this and just wait on that second invite for the second race. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and work our way back to the booth and talk to our top 3. Let's take a look. I see Finesse. I see Jose just waiting on the Aviator.
But we'll just start it off with 3, 2, and then Aviator don't show. He don't show.
Yeah. You wanna take Jose? You haven't been able to talk to the People's Champ in a while.
Yeah, man, I'll take the People's Champ here to Jose 720. Jose, how's it going?
Jose, you're muted. There you go.
Hello. Yes, I am. There we go.
There we go. Technical difficulties there, fellas. He's good out on the track, but can't necessarily work the mic. Hey, man, that was a good run right there. I didn't even know you were in the race tonight until the final lap when I saw that 43 car. I was like, who's driving that thing? I was like, oh, that's Jose. Tell me, how did it go? It's a little bit chaotic.
Oh, it was. Yeah. All the way from start to 17th, all the way up. It was pretty chaotic. But I was up front, made it through some of the wrecks. I actually got to start up top. I prefer starting on the top on the restarts at Pocono. But thankfully, last couple laps went green. Hopefully, Finesse and Aviator would tangle a lot more. But pretty close at the end. Aviator threw a good block on me, and I couldn't get up there.
Yeah, it was definitely
it was a fun race.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun to call, even though it was kind of chaotic and a lot of wrecks, but there was a lot of action, let's say. The field gets inverted here for the second race. Are you a little bit worried having to work your way all the way back from second to last?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I started 17th this race. Hopefully the same thing happens. I can go from the front or the back to the front, but we shall see.
Without a doubt. And
fingers crossed.
With this race being 25%, how does that play a factor? Are you being more aggressive early on? Are you maybe trying to save your tires just a tad bit more? If we do get that green flag pit stop, when are you looking to take that?
When I run out of gas. Last year I tried saving fuel. Did not work. I lost a lot of spots. So I'm like, you know what, this time let's just go for it.
right, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from Jose 720. He's taking fuel when he runs out of gas, just in case if anybody else wanted to know out there. And good luck to you, man, in the Pro League thing, man. I'm definitely rooting for you.
Thank you.
All right, stay finessed. How you doing, bud?
Good. How you doing, Pete?
All right, Finesse, it was great to see you up front all night long in this first stage to kind of jump right on the coattails of the one and only HD Motorsports. What kind of strategy are you going to try to also work your way from the back to the front as we get ready to reset things going into the second part of our doubleheader tonight?
I don't know. Hopefully these guys calm down a little bit. I wasn't in any of the wrecks, thankfully, but I saw them all, so I know I'm gonna be back there now. So hopefully we don't have to deal with them. It was hard to stage on what we had to do coming to the end of the race there with all of them coming out. So hopefully we have a better race this time around.
We saw you really working very, very well with your teammate, and I know you guys turned a lot of laps together, to prepare for each and every race. I saw that. Of course, we're talking about the one and only Boehner. Was it your plan to kind of hook up with the guy and just push each other around, see if you can get a little bit of separation between the two of you and the rest of the pack? Anybody else out there that you're trying to work with?
Yeah, me and Boehner been trying to, and Mountain and Sully, but I was mainly working with more smoke the whole time because he was the only one I was really around. But yeah, if me and Boehner can get hooked up, that's our goal.
I wasn't able to catch the finishing standing. Somebody in chat wanted to know, where did Mountain finish?
I was trying to look. I'm not in the party with him. I was gonna figure it out, but I don't know either.
Okay, not a problem. I just figured I'd ask. But man, congratulations on that P2. Looking forward to see what you're able to do in the second race coming from the back. That's where a lot of the fast cars are going to be coming from. More Smoke was back there. Rowdy was back there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, to see y'all try to work your way through the field around this 2.5 mile tricky triangle. Any shout outs, sir?
Just all of Rook Racing and NNR and Coey and HD and Pete and anybody who keeps this thing going. I love it. I love being a part of it.
10-4 Finesse and watching you out there. Congratulations, sir. HD, you get the other young gun, Aviator.
Aviator, got a copy?
I do.
What's up, man? I tell you what, it was chaotic out there. Take me from that first stint, the first race. We got the second one coming up. Take me what happened through your eyes in this first race.
Well, yeah, like you said, it was super chaotic. At the beginning, I mean, I didn't qualify very well, so I figured I would drop back somewhat. But me and Rowdy kind of worked together throughout that first bit till he got kind of screwed up. But I mean, yeah, my car was great, so I just kind of drove through slowly, methodically. Made some good pit calls, made some good adjustments, and worked my way up to the front, defended, and got the dub.
There you go, man. And take me through the last couple laps, man. If I'm not mistaken, you were just outside the starting front row. You got the race lead, and you pulled a hell of a block on Jose 720, man. Take me through that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I made some really good adjustments to the car. I learned what it could do and what it couldn't do. So I dropped it just enough where it turned beautifully. So I made my way from wherever I was in that restart, got up to the lead, and then coming through going down the Long Pond straightaway, I got really nervous because I saw Finesse behind me. I knew he was hungry. So I tried to make a good turn two, and I'm not exactly sure what happened behind me, but I just saw him kind of drop off a little bit. And then he came right back. And then it's like, okay, so I blocked a little bit. I held the bottom, saw him go to the outside. I saw Jose behind me, and I knew that I would be able to pull on Finesse, but getting Jose right behind me was going to be rough to kind of deal with. So coming off of turn three, I made a little bit of a late block. I apologized to him right after, but yeah, I mean, not much I could have done. I was going for the win, I guess.
There you go, man. Now, you do know, man, starting this second race, you are going to be tail end of the field. It was chaotic in the first one. Do you wish maybe you would have maybe not finished first, got the 10 points, and set yourself up a little better for this race, for the race win? Or are you happy where you stand?
Oh, I'm happy where I stand. I need that points lead.
There you go, right there, Raider. Like to throw any shout outs real quick before we let you go.
Oh yeah, shout out to the new team. Joined Dirty Air. Been practicing all week. Been getting a little bit faster every day. Been pretty good so far.
There you go. Hey, give him hell, man.
Dirty Air. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, man, I wouldn't be surprised to see you up there racing for the win as well. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know that you were a new addition to Dirty Air Motorsports. So the addition of both you and Rowdy to the team that's headed up by Coey. Of course, we saw the 95 of Kamal. He was hunting the top 5. Rowdy was up there all night. Here you are pulling away with the win. Max stage points. If it ended right now, you would be pretty daggone close, if not tied with Amor, since he finished dead last or very close to it. So, man, congratulations on the first win. Do you think you'll be able to tie up that second one as well?
I think I'll be able to get up there. I don't know about the win, but we'll see what happens.
Well, man, congrats. We wish you a lot of luck. Guys, we are getting ready to get locked and loaded for another 40-lap race from these Cup guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. HD is staying with your pick for race 2, or are you going to go with a new one?
Nah, man, more smoke, dude. He was looking strong all night long. He was up there. He led, I think, majority of the laps compared to everybody else. He kind of got in a little situation there. He got in a wreck, and he thought better of it. Instead of finishing outside of the points, I might as well just start first here in the second race, and that's what he did. I got a more smoke still.
Yeah, a more smoke. I tell you, Rose, he worked his way from the back after getting spun out over the tunnel turn and was able to continue to, car bar, make his way up back through the field. I'm gonna stick with the young gun and see if he's able to pick up just a couple more spots for this second race. Coey should be kicking this off here pretty soon. I did see him jump into the booth and then leave again. Congrats again to our top 3 for the first race, but it's far from over.
Oh, without a doubt, man. If we saw all the fireworks that happened in the first one, Lord knows what's going to happen in the second one. You're going to have a lot of people feelings. Like, this guy drove me wrong. Well, I'm going to do the exact same thing back to him. Only thing is, this is going to matter way more than what it did in the first one. So, Pete, I think we got a show on our hands in the second race.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If the first one was anything like what the second one's going to be, man, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me see. I just want to make sure I backed out. That way they didn't have to tell me to back out. As we're just waiting on Coey to kick off this second one and for Carol to re-invite us back in. They still have the lobby paused, going over any disputes. I know God Power's a little upset with the way that race ended, but man, it's I can't wait to get this kicked off. Sperl, yeah. Well, those green flag laps, they're definitely coming. But with the amount of points that are on the line tonight, for example, if the Aviator is able to lock down a second win, you're talking about an 80-point night that he could. I mean, if he finishes first and a more smoke finishes where he did in the first race, you're looking at a new series point leader as you see them scrolling across the bottom of your screen right there. There's a lot on the line, more tonight than there is any other night during the season. The Daytona 500, yeah, it's prestigious and all that. Of course, everybody wants to win the last race of the season this year when we head to Atlanta. But tonight, 80 points on the line, that's nothing to sneeze at. But yes, bro, we want those green flag laps too. All right. So we're going to take another small commercial break here, sponsored by Deer Park Water. Guys, head on over to nnrleague.com. Scroll on down to that Zazzle tab, and here's what you'll find.
Hey NNR fans, are you looking for a way to rep your favorite NASCAR Heat Preset League on Xbox Live? Look no further. Just go to nnrleague.com, scroll down to the Zazzle tab, and see what we have to offer. From t-shirts to hoodies to clocks, we have everything you need to show your support. Thanks for being the best fans, and we hope to see you at the track repping that NNR red.
All right, HD. We are back now with the ways that we saw people making moves and the areas that we saw people passing, the draft that others were able to take and kind of pull up alongside, and sometimes even complete the pass coming off the corner if they were able to get in underneath them. Were you surprised by any of the passing or the passing zones that they created tonight?
No, not at all. I mean, it's just what's presented here at Pocono, especially down the long straightaway that this has. I mean, you've seen guys draft coming off of turn 3 and clear them even before the start finish line. So, and that you're talking about the tunnel turn there with the no grass right there. That's definitely created a lot of passing opportunities. And then turn 3, I mean, you got guys working the outside lane, you got guys working the bottom lane. It's just passing all over the place with these long straightaways.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking. I think it was Stout Whiskey during the Xfinity race. He said you could probably take the front stretch here at Pocono and recreate Bristol with just the track, the track that's on the straightaway, and you could probably recreate Richmond, recreate Martinsville, recreate some of the shorter tracks on the circuit with just the asphalt that's laid on the front stretch. It is the longest front stretch in all of NASCAR, including the backstretch at Dega or anywhere else. This place is huge.
It's definitely a big one, man. I think I can fill up every single pothole in my town with how much cement is out there down the front stretch here at Pocono Raceway. But yeah, as these guys are getting in order, I don't know exactly how they're doing it, if they're inviting it in or they're going to line it up, but should be getting done here just shortly.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw something that HD or not HD, Coey, excuse me, I didn't mean to mix you guys up. They were basically just peel off and drop to the back as um, they get going on their pace lap. So if you finish front, you're going to the back, and they'll just kind of peel off, side by side all the way down, and the guys from the back will work their way up front, and we'll have to see how it turns out. But you got some really really fast cars starting in the back, and you've got some guys that were up front all night long, maybe playing a little bit of strategy, or maybe it was just bad luck that's going to completely turn around for him as we go back green here in just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if that being said, definitely should be going back green here just shortly. But I mean, CJ Max Rose, he's going to be strong here. He's going to be up front, I think, contending for the race lead. Your pick, more smoke. I think the Aviator's starting him back. A few cautions. He'll probably be right back up into the mix.
Yeah, Striker, he's in chat right now. He's a bit upset, having some connectivity issues. The man's got the Xbox Live, of course, y'all do. You need it in order to get online, but he's having some kind of an error, having to contact Microsoft support. He's saying he should be out there. And Striker, I wish you were. It'd be great to see you. It looks like Coey has the field or the counter going down. Carroll is getting these invites back out, spamming me like crazy right now. They've got just about 15 seconds to go, and I'm sure that Carroll's stream has more time than that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that invite, and I'll invite you right away.
Sounds good.
All right, let's see. Invite you to the game. There we go. You should have it.
Got it.
Yeah, Striker, I know you wish all of Carl Motorsports a lot of luck. JCX12 looked pretty strong. We followed along with the 9 of Carroll for just a little bit. When we're working our way through the field, is right around mid-pack, so it'll be interesting to see where that 9 restarts here as we get the second race started here in just a second. JC and Natty and Carol. Yep, those are the members of Carl Motorsports. You heard the aviator talking about Dirty Air and how he joined up with Rowdy and Coey and Knights and um, oh boy. Okay, I'm drawing a blank right now because I'm kind of watching some other stuff here. But Kamal, there we go. Kamal rocking out that 95 car. But HD, we're setting them back up, buddy.
Yeah, we're setting them back up for race 2, inverted field, up towards the front as they're lining up right now. I don't know if it's exactly going to be the order, but the 11 of Ingals right now out front. I think they still got to get somewhat lined up as we got cars down the apron. Yep, they're getting lined up right now to their spots. Hopefully, they can get it done within one lap.
Yeah, kind of hoping. We saw him. I'm kind of curious though, because we watched a more smoke finished in pretty close to the back. He already towards the front. Yep, there's the 9, the 11. Yeah, they're getting lined up, maybe taking a pace lap so they don't get booted once they slow up a little bit. So they're going to take this lap, get in their position, and then they'll rack them back up on the second lap, and we'll take them green from there.
Yeah, and it looks like with Carroll all the way out in front, I think Carroll is going to be out in front with cars still kind of following in. We got the 11 of Ingals. I think he didn't have such a good finish, so he might be up inside the top 10 as well as that 42 car of a more smoke.
Yep, there's the 42. He's kind of closing in on the young CGMX Rose. And then you've got the 38 of Boehner behind the 42. So it's already looking like this front pack is going to be really, really stout.
And Carroll's got a 10-car length lead down in the turn 1.
He wishes he was, we'd be calling that, not so do I. It'd be great to see a great out of Carroll, just like Stryker was saying in chat. I'd love to see somebody new up front leading laps, taking points away from some of these bigger guys, but he's gonna have to pull it over, let the rest of the field catch up, and we're gonna stack them all back up again as it looks like they're starting to pull over here.
Yeah, they're starting to pull over, stack them, and rack them for race number 2. We got the 36 Boehner actually going to be out towards the front of the pack. I do believe here he is sitting right next to Carroll. There's that 24 car Jose 720. Actually looks like he's changing his paint scheme here for the second race. No, excuse me. No, that's Coey. It's Coey 24.
Yep. Let's see, kind of working our way through, see if we can learn a little bit. Usually when the race starts, you can start on the leader and kind of work your way through the field. It's going to be a little bit different, but we'll keep it rolling just the same. You see them lining up. There's the 36 of Boehner, like HD just said, with the 9 of Carroll the outside. There's the 20 of CGMX Rose with the 42 to his inside. So, yeah, a lot of power up front.
Yeah, we got the 20 of CGMX Rose up on the outside of the 42 of a more smoke, 37 of Pro Viper running there in P6. P7's going to be, P7's going to be the 88 of Dohar. Up on the outside of Dohar is going to be the 24 of Coey. 13 of Rowdy's going to be running P9 right behind his buddy Dohar. We know what happened last year at Pocono. On the outside of Rowdy's going to be the 1 of God Power. Right next to God Power is going to be the 4 of Natty Dread, if I'm not mistaken. On the outside of Natty Dread is going to be the 8 of Smitty. 12 of Knights is going to be right behind him. Starting in the next row. 17 of Sully on the outside behind Smitty. 6 of Heated Snowman. 35 of Dan the Lawman. 11 of Ingals. 21 of JCX. 12. And there's 5 of them in still.
Yeah, man, that's pretty good considering all the camera work I'm sure you had to do to get back that far. I know how much the cameras love to jump around. Mike's Chad, thank you very much for the follow. And Joe's 99 also, thank you very much for the follow. You're watching the NNR Cup Series with the one and only HD Sports. If you got a chance to watch this guy earlier as he worked his way around Homestead Miami Speedway on iRacing, make sure you head back over to his Twitch channel. Show him some love as well. These guys race every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 9 p.m. Sunday nights is the truck. Tuesdays is our Xfinity series. Thursday night, it's all about the big boys, the Cup guys. These are the best in default on Heat 4, hands down. You saw a little bit of action there as the first race came to a conclusion, but they are back on their pace lap now. 9 up front with the 36, the 20, the 42, and I believe who's back there in P5. Not quite. Can't get the. Oh, that's no. It's not the 11 of Ingalls. Was that Stay Finesse there, Smoke? Or no, that's not Smoke.
Just call me Smoke. Just call
No,
me Smoke.
I'm looking at the 42's car.
That's the 88 of Dohar.
There we go. Yep, you were talking about him and Rowdy. That's right.
Yep, and he's got Rowdy red on his bumper as we are rolling now, as I think they're going to take the green flag once they get to the front stretch, coming through the tunnel turn. Look at a 9 of Carroll up on the front row. We've seen speed from him before, especially at Iowa Speedway. This track's a little bigger than Iowa, but Carroll can get it done if he can stay out of trouble, and he's got himself in a prime spot to pick up his first win in the NNR Cup Series.
Yep, going through this little short chute, heading towards turn 3 right now. You got the 36 of Boehner inside that 9 car, and 42, and then these front 2 rows. I'm hoping Carroll can get a really, really good jump on that shifter. I know you helped him just a little bit as well. Keep up with that 36, and we're gonna set him loose here, HD.
Yeah, thank green flags in the air here for the second race at Pocono. Coming down the front stretch tonight, Carroll's gonna fall in line right behind that 36 of Boehner, 42 of More Smoke at the P3, 20 CJMX Rose and P4.
Yep, and right after CJMX Rose, it looks like the 88 of Dohar was able to make up just one spot right behind the 11 of Ingalls. He's got 42 of More Smoke, like you said, P3. Carroll holding on steady to P2. He's going to have a great entrance here in tunnel turn, able to stay in front of the 42. 42 is going to drop right back behind him. Washed up just a little bit. Here comes that 20.
Yeah, that 20 car shot out like a rocket out of the tunnel turn, down into turn 3. Out in front, still going to be the 36 of Boehner as they go side by side for second place. 9 of Carroll down low, 42 of More Smoke up high with the friend with the 20 of CJMX Rose.
Yeah, CJMX Rose behind 20 is a gaggle of cars. Not quite sure whether they want to keep it straight or if they want to duel side by side. Right now, these guys just need the ride, fight it out at the end, just burn the laps, get into pit road, get your green flag pit stop. Again, these guys are all they're back on their default setting. No adjustments have been made to the cars yet, so they've got what they got for now. We'll have to see who's really equipped to make it, hopefully, on the long run here.
Yeah, as we look towards the front, Boehner's got about a 4-car length lead on that 42 of More Smoke. 9 of Carroll washing up the track there just a bit. 88 of Dohar up the P4.
Yeah, Dohar cut underneath the 9. 9 kind of might have cut him a little bit of slack there. I think he probably could have turned down, but here's the challenge for second. The 20 and the 42. Mano y mano.
Yeah, mano y mano down in the turn 1, 20 down low, 42 of More Smoke up high. They're still nose to nose coming down a straightaway down into the tunnel turn. 88 of Dohar finds himself in some trouble. Carroll back up the P4. Dohar back to P5 as the 36 of Boehner still out to the race lead without a 5-car length lead.
Yeah, 9 of Carroll really got a great jump off of turn 1. all the way down the backstretch, gave the 88 of Dohar just a little bit of a shot. 88 let him go, said, yeah, you're faster. I'm not going to wear out my stuff right now. Or he could be already thinking about saving some gas. 9's going to pull up right behind the 20. Nope, here comes the 88, right back on the 9.
Yeah, 88 up on the high side. He had the draft of the 2 cars in front of him as they go single file out 4 cars deep, trying to catch that 36 Boehner. CGMX Rose with a good run through turns 1, down a straightaway into the tunnel turn, side drafting.
Yeah, they thought about it. I think the 20 and the 42 had a little bit of contact. I think the 20 might have tried to do exactly what you just said, pull a little bit of side draft, see if he was able to pull that 42 back to him just a little bit, but then they had to worry about the 88 as the 8 might be getting a little loose there right now. I have to see if that continues or if he's just trying to maybe check up underneath that 20. Who's gonna give? Who's gonna take?
Yeah, the 88 Dohar is looking a little loose coming up off the corners. There he is yet again, dropping back to P5. He was up underneath that 20 car. CGMX Rose there for a minute, coming through turns 3, down a straightaway, got loose, falling behind Carroll. But look up here towards the front because the 42 of them more smokes 2 car lengths back.
Yeah, 42 of them more smoke, really starting to reel in the 36 of Boehner, and he's got a lot of help with that young gun, hashtag grow with Rose. First, second, third, all nose to tail. 20 looking underneath the 42. He's going to have a little bit of draft help from the 9 of Carroll. 20 inside the 42.
Yeah, 20 of CGMX Rose down low, 42 of them more smoke up high. We got the 9 of Carroll still up here in the mix. Running P4, Dohar back to P5, but he's dropped off about 10 car lengths to these guys, getting still loose off of turn 3.
Yeah, Boehner kind of cut it down low, coming off the corner, maybe trying to break the draft, or he might also be getting a little loose as they go into turn 1, first through fourth, nose to tail, getting a bigger and bigger gap on the next pack of 4 as they go into 1, as these guys come off.
As they come off their 4 nose to tail, there's a 42 of them more smoke. Looking low up underneath the 20 through the tunnel turn. They're going to go side by side. Yet again, we get caught all year long, but 42 going a little too low, cutting the grass in the tri-oval. And he's stopping on the track. I don't know what happened. Stop, go, penalty maybe.
Yep, he got a course penalty.
Kamal spinning around.
Yeah, the 42 of them more smoke got a course penalty. I saw that earlier with somebody else. It's going to be rough going for him to try to work his way back up through the field, but that put the 9 of Carroll now in P3, and he's got a windshield full of that 20 car CGMX Rose as he pulls back up, either that or 20 backed up to him, hoping that 9 will help him draft, get up back up to the rear bumper of Boehner and work together again and try to stay ahead of the second pack behind them that's being led, I should say, by the 1 car of God Power.
Oh, more smoke. Knight didn't get any better right there because he came down pit road and he was just head first into the pit road outside wall. Stuck there for about 10 seconds. He's got heavy front end damage on his car now. His night has gone good to bad to worse. Up here towards the front, though, the 20th CGMX Rose trying to chase that 36 down.
Yeah, I still think something's going on with CGMX Rose. He is really backing up to Carroll all the way down the front straightaway there. I don't know if he's saving gas or what's happening, or maybe he's just wanting to work with the 9 to work their way back up towards the Boehner. Two cars are definitely faster than 1, but all this is allowing the 1 of God Power to really start pulling these guys in.
100%. CGMX Rose is pulling a strategy move right now. I think he's just trying to save. Maybe he can cut it to a 1-stop race, and I think that's what he's thinking right now. Get behind the 9 of Carroll. Coasted just a bit as Carroll is kind of growing his lead there just a bit to about a car length. Now behind these guys is going to be the 1 of God Power working his way up the P4. Still out in front, though, is going to be that 36 Boehner with the 13 of Rowdy running out the top 5.
Yeah, that's your top 5, and I tell you what, Spurl 34 is out there saying Carroll is fast. KG SWAT saying Carroll looks like he's got something figured out. I could agree more. Hopefully it's not a little bit of that wall, though. He wants to keep that car clean, or as clean as he can, in order to keep up with the 20. CGMX Rose is fast, but right now I think, like you said, they've got the one car of God Power right there, 13 of Rowdy behind me. I believe that could be the 38 of Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually going to work my way through the field there just a little bit. Let's take a look. There's Sully, there's Knights. Nope, I think that, nope, wasn't him.
35, Daniel Lawman.
Okay, there you go. I was trying to way back there. Thank you. No, that is the 38 of Mountain behind the 13 of Rowdy. Great run for the guy in front of the 11 of Ingalls.
Yeah,
Guy
Ingalls
definitely needs this shot of momentum.
Yeah, Ingalls is coming up as Mountain getting a little loose there out of turn 1. Ingalls looking low down the straightaway into the tunnel turn, but Mountain with the draft help. Mountain making a move down below. Rowdy coming through the tunnel turn, but Rowdy holding strong.
Yeah, Rowdy holding strong. He might have got a little bit of the wall right there. Looks like 38's going to be able to hold off the 11 of a hard charging Ingalls. Dive bomb that down in a 1. That might have pushed the 38 up just a little bit. I can't say that Mountain's going to be all too happy with that pass. But, hey, all is fair in love and war. And when it comes to points, that's what's important.
Yeah, green flag pit stops are underway. Drivers are trickling down pit road, and I think that 20 of CGMX Rose is still in fuel saving mode. He might know something we do not know. Looking towards the front, though, that gap with the 36 Boehner starting to close down just a bit. Rowdy under power right now from the 11 of Ingalls.
Yeah, working my way back up. I'm on the 1 car of God Power right now. He's got 9 car of Carroll in his sights. Going to try to cut underneath them as they come off the corner. 1 car inside the 9 going into turn 3. 1 will have the advantage if he's able to cut it. Turn 3 is really, really loose if you cut it too shallow, but it looks like the man with the with that wheels, he's got it under control, pulling down pit road and bringing a whole bunch of cars with him.
Yeah, but that 20 car CGMX Rose going for one more lap as the 8 car is Smitty doing a little jerky dance down the front stretch into turn 1, warping that bad boy. I think he hit 88 miles per hour in a DeLorean. He's in a new time zone, new dimension that 8 car is as he comes out of turn 1 down the straightaway into the tunnel turn.
Yep, as soon as either Boehner or more smoke come across the start-finish line, I will get us a lap count. It's been pretty phenomenal racing so far. It looks like Moore is going down the short chute as we speak. As soon as it works his way through turn 3, I'll see where we stand. Jay Blair, thanks for checking into the stream. The racing has been phenomenal. Please be sure, go on back, watch the first race. Smash that follow button, hit the subscribe if you can, hit the notification so you know when NNR goes live. But more smoke working his way through 3 right now. It looks like he's, I think you said he's already made his green flag pit stop from some issues he had before. But we've got 27 laps to go, so everybody will have to make one more pit stop. We'll have to see HD who's able to maybe play a little bit of strategy, like you said.
Yeah, CGMX Rose went down pit road that time by. As I'm looking at the 36 Cara Boehner, he was your race leader before green flag pit stops. Here he is coming down the front stretch, start-finish line. He's going to pass that 20 car CGMX Rose right now off of pit road. So Boehner back to the race lead.
Yeah, Boehner back to the race lead. Here comes the 20 up on track. The 1 of God Power zipping on by. Here comes the 9 of Carroll. He should have the draft of the 20 as the 20 works his way all the way through turn 1. Down this long pond straightaway. Here comes the 9 of Carroll pulling himself back up to that 20.
Yeah, 9 of Carroll running in P4. I'm trying to cycle through the pack. There we are, right behind that 20 car CGMX Rose. 20 CGMX Rose, I think he might possibly still be saving some fuel, not looking to put pressure on that 1 of God Power.
No, God Power's just staying right in front of him. Looks like God Power's really running his line. Although here comes the 20. Might be trying a little bit of a move here to the outside off of turn 3. Power move 20. CGMX Rose going to take that spot coming down this long straightaway.
Yeah, coming down a long straightaway into turn 1. That's going to allow the NNR to close the gap just a bit on these two guys. They're running second and third. Still out in front's going to be the 36 Boehner. Now behind these guys, it looks like we got the 24 Coey possibly running in P5.
Yeah, he's got the 00 of Augustus to his outside. Behind these two is the 13 of Rowdy, and then you've got the 35 of Dan the Lawn Man, the 48 of the Aviator, the 11 of Ingalls, and then I think that is the 34 of Finesse behind this pack of 6.
Yeah, we know some of the fast guys. Aviator, who was able to win that first race, the stage race basically, working his way up towards the front as there's a gaggle of cars as they're going 3 wide almost down the front stretch, down into turn 1. Rowdy looking to make moves. 00 of Augustus, 48 of the Aviator, 11 of Ingalls on the outside of Coey.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened to Coey right there. He definitely ran really low, almost all the way to the inside wall. Team WPC, thank you for the follow, sir. Definitely appreciate you, sir.
Yep, going through the field. These guys are all lined up. 00 of Augustus with the lead in this second big pack. Leading Rowdy here coming out of the tunnel turn down the straightaway into turn 3. They got about 7 cars with them.
Yeah, I got Jay Blair in chat right now saying let's go to the NNR ARCA Series HD. I'm not sure if you knew about that. Something new we'll have to talk about. But the broadcast team of Mountain and Boehner calling that series, I believe, on Monday nights. Right now, Boehner up front in front of the 20th CGMX Rose, rocking this really, really nice Mountain Dew paint scheme. You'd think it's like a legit scheme that someone during the real NASCAR season would have ran. This car's really, really something to watch.
Yeah, but Boehner better look in that rear mirror because that 20 car CGMX Rose is definitely getting bigger and bigger. Gaps down to about 3 car lengths as they come into turn 3, off of turn 3, going down the straightaway. Rose closing the gap that much more, and he's got Boehner's draft peak before it's all said and done. Rose will be on his bumper into turn 1.
Yeah, Boehner trying to pull down low a little bit, moved away from the wall, trying to break that draft as much as could before they got to the entry. Rose was on his bumper. In fact, I think he might have given him a little bit of a love tap as they got into the entry. 20's going to wash up just a little bit, nose to tail, going down the long pond straightaway, heading towards that tunnel turn.
Yeah, heading towards the tunnel turn. Rose is not making his move just yet. He might wait before that long straightaway down the front stretch into turn 1 to make his move. Might make it here off the tunnel turn. 36 of Boehner getting a little bit loose. There it is, diving down low into turn 3.
Yep, 20 of CGMX Rose down low. 36 of Boehner's going to stay right behind him. He knows that the 20's got a fast hot rod. Might as well just stick in right behind him. Push him down this long straightaway, stay right on his bumper, stay in his draft, and then try to settle the race between them if they're able to keep this point, as Boehner now tries to look to the inside of the 20.
He looked to the inside, but the 20 said, no, 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 not today. 20 pulling it off just a bit. Boehner with a good run off of turn 1. He's got about a 2 car length lead between him and the 20. He's got the 20's draft, though, down into the tunnel turn. If you remember, Pete, this 20 car's got 1 lap fresher tires than the 36.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And we watched we saw these guys flash by him as he was coming out of the pits. Not only the 20 of CGMX Rose, but the 9 of Carroll that's not too far off their bumper. Then you got the 1 of God Power, who was really upset after the end of the first race. He was, the amount of cautions that they had as they go side by side.
Yeah, as they go side by side for the race lead. CGMX Rose tapped the outside wall at a turn 3. Down into turn 1. CGMX Rose able to hold him off.
Yeah, Rozak, I'm not quite sure what happened with Boehner or if Boehner is getting loose. You see him wiggle there just a little bit as he exits the corner. The 20's definitely got about a good 7 to 8 car length lead now over this 36.
Yeah, well, this battle is heating up here for first place. Look behind him because that Nana Carroll is going, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do. Because he is coming like a heat-seeking missile, running in P3, tracking Boehner down. Rose has extended this lead out in a matter of one lap, over 10 car lengths.
Yeah, if Carroll is able to finish either third or fourth or second or whatever coming out of the what will be their final pit stop if they keep it under green. As you see, the one of God Power now challenging the 9 for P3.
Yep, God Power on the outside, coming out of turn 1, down a straightaway into the tunnel turn. Nina Carroll still able to hold GP off as they come down the straight. Now behind these guys is going to be the 13 car of Rowdy, and that pack they had has definitely shrunk just a bit.
Yeah, the same thing that happened during the truck and the Xfinity race. After the green flag pit stops, the field really gets spread out. The draft at this place is huge. You got Rowdy, then you got the 11. Behind those guys, you've got the 34 of Finesse, I believe. I'm going to try to work my way through and catch back up with those guys. It looks like the next round of green flag pit stops is underway. I'm going to try to catch up with that second pack.
Yeah, second round of green flag pit stops underway. Night and day from the first race to the second race. One of God Power, I think, is finally able to get by that 9 of Carroll, moving up in front, down the straightaway into the tunnel turn.
Yeah, Carroll and God Power still very close together. I actually was able to catch up with the 34 of Stay Finesse as he dives underneath the 11 of Ingalls. The 35 of Dan the Lawman. He's going to pull up behind the 1134 down low going into turn 3. Going to try to power off with the 00 of Augustus behind this side-by-side battle. Coming off 3, coming towards the start-finish line. Still side-by-side.
Yeah, they're still side by side down the straightaway into turn 1. There they are, 35, Dan the Lawman, 34, Stay Finesse into turn 1. Dan the Lawman able to hold him off for the time being.
Yeah, big power. The 34 is really able to get back to the gas before Dan was, and that's going to allow the 00 of Augustus to pull right behind that 35. That group's going to go nose to tail all behind the 11 of Ingalls. Ingalls still trying to run down the 13 of Rowdy.
Yeah, getting back to the race lead. That 36 of Boehner actually tracked that 20 car back down because he is right on his bumper coming through turns 3 down the straightaway to front stretch. Boehner with the draft. Here comes Boehner looking to make a move possibly down the front stretch into turn 1 down low.
Yeah, Boehner down low underneath the 20. He will have the draft of the 6 of Heated Snowman as they come off the corner. That will help him down this long pond straightaway. Double the 20 thought about maybe pulling back to the inside of the 36. Thought better of it. They're going to stay nose to tail going towards the tunnel turn. Green flag pit stop for these guys has to be coming up soon.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, we've seen it already kind of trickling down, but it makes me think, is the 20 CJMX Rose still saving? You know, he went one lap farther than Boehner last time, caught him, grew a 10 car length lead. I don't necessarily think Rose is using his stuff up that much. I just don't believe it. I think this 20 car CJMX Rose has a trick up his sleeve, and I think he's got a big one that he's going to play out as this race goes.
Well, he is given a mirrorful to that 36 of Boehner all the way down this front stretch. He is just about tandem drafting the entire way down, maybe trying to force that 36 into turn 1 a little deeper than he wanted. 36 says, no, son, I got this. Power down, going down the long pond straightaway again, heading towards turn 2. 36 Boehner signaling that he will be pitting this time. The 20 did not follow him down low, so the 20 will be taking another lap around.
It was either signaling or trying to break the draft from the 20 car CJMX Rose, but I honestly don't think Rose is looking to pass. I seriously think he's just cruising right now. I think he's saving fuel, but look behind these guys because the heat is battling up. I think the 8-car Xfinity getting by to 1 and got Perry up. Here comes that 36 of Banner cutting the grass there just a bit. Rose keeps trucking on.
Yeah, Rose trucking on. 1 of God Power is in. 13 of Rowdy is in. They brought down a whole nother pack. They figure if the leaders are pitting now, that should be within their fuel window. I want to keep up with these guys. 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods and 2 cans of gas. They should be good to go. I will check in on the stream of either Boehner or Amore and find out what we got as far as laps left. And this should be the last pit stop for this race. Again, the second of the doubleheader that NNR has run tonight, just like they did for the trucks and Xfinity. If y'all tuned in for that, if not, don't miss them on Sunday night as the trucks head towards Kentucky. Another what is sure to be a great race.
Yeah, Banner come off of pit road right now. He got plowed in by the 00 Augustus. I don't know if that's going to affect his car any, but Banner coming off of turn 1, trying to find that 20 car CGMX Rose just to see when he might be coming down.
Yeah, it looks like they've got right around 14 laps to go.
Yep, Rose is coming out right now for his last green flag pit stop of the night.
Yeah, for some reason, I couldn't get a great picture. I think that said 14 to go, but Amore's lap counter and all that was kind of really, really shallow. I couldn't get a great picture, but got the feed from Boehner up right now. He's rocking P7, J-Paw in 6th, JCX 12 in 5th. They've got 13 to go. Boehner back up to P3 as he's passing guys coming off pit road.
Yeah, he just passed the young gun CGMX Rose as he comes off of pit road. They've got about a 10 car length difference between them two. Now Rose working with the fresher, the tires of everybody else. Rose in P2. I mean, well, not P2. You said there's people still yet to pit. I think one of those might be the 88 of Dohar, probably trying to play that fuel strategy game, but they got to be coming down here shortly.
Yeah, they've got to pull down pretty quick. They can all make it on fuel. I don't think that fuel strategy is really going to play into this. Although somebody said chat earlier they can only go 13 laps. If they had 14 to go there, I would think they'd be able to save 1 lap going through, or maybe coasting through these corners just a little bit. But then again, 3 times wear on a 2.5.
2 laps. Boehner and everybody else would have to save 2. Rose would only have to save 1. So Rose is sitting pretty honestly.
And if Dohar is trying something, could have come down to a Rose and or not Dohar rather. It could come down to a Dohar and Rose show. We'll have to see.
Yeah, laps winding down here in the race. Your current race leader, though, as they've run, 36 of Boehner out in front's got about a 7 car length lead on that 20 car of CGMX Rose. Behind him is going to be the 1 of God Power. Behind God Power, looks like it's going to be possibly the 9 of Carroll running in the top 5.
Yeah, Carroll having a great night tonight. Actually running in front of the 13 of Rowdy, behind the 34 of Stay Finessed. It is great to see the 9 of Carroll having a great race. He's not in the back, not getting caught up in other people's issues, as he likes to put it. Really running strong, staying ahead of some very strong cars.
Yeah, 9 of Carroll definitely having a good showing here tonight. If it finished as it does, you know he would love to possibly pick up one more spot to get up here in the booth.
Yeah, really cut that apron. Woo! Little loose coming off the tunnel turn. 34 Finesse going to be able to get to the inside. Going into turn 3, Finesse down low. Carroll up high, side by side. 13 of Rowdy trying to decide which line he wants to go in. Is he going to now push the 9 of Carroll down this long straightaway, or is he going to go with Finesse? Nope, he's going to stay with the 9. Now duck down low, back nose to tail, heading towards turn 1.
Yeah, coming down into turn 1. Carroll up to P4, 34 of Stay Finesse, P5, Rowdy, P6. Behind these guys is going to be the 00 of Augustus. Carroll with a good launch off of turn 1. Separation by about 2 to 3 car lengths.
Yeah, I'm going to try to work my way back up to not Stay Finesse. I'm on him right now. Back up to Boehner as these guys start to separate just a little bit. See the 4 Natty Dread just now getting into his pit stop. Is Natty trying a little something special? We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that Busch-like car of Natty Dread as the race continues and these laps wind down. Here's the 11 of Ingalls with the 48 of the Aviator right behind him. Here comes the Aviator now going down pit road. Definitely some people pitting later than some of those other guys are or were.
I think these guys are short pitting because they know they can't make it. So if they short pit, right, caution comes out, then they're sitting pretty if that caution does come out. But looking at here towards the race lead, I think CJ Rose is really trying to save. He's actually lost time to Boehner. I don't necessarily think that's because he's not fast, because we saw him catch Boehner and then gap Boehner by 10 car lengths. I think he's really in a save fuel consumption mode.
Yeah, I'm actually on the hood view of the 36 of Boehner right now. He is off the throttle going down that short chute, really letting it coast going through the turn 3, trying to keep a little bit of the draft off the 6 of Heated Snowman. Nowhere near full throttle going down this long straightaway. I anticipate he's going to roll out of the throttle very early. Yep, there he goes. Boehner also trying to save at least a lap or 2 of gas behind him right now. You got the 20th CGMX Rose. Rose really not catching him either. I think they're all in fuel conservation mode.
The only problem between Boehner and Rose has got a +1 next to his name because he went 1 lap farther than what Boehner did. So Boehner's possibly got to save 2 more laps than CGMX Rose and that Pocono. I just don't know if that's possible. And if it is possible, I don't know if you can save it and still win this race. So Boehner's kind of in a catch-22. Do you go for it? Do you hope for a caution? Or do you try and save the fuel to make it to the end and get a good finish? If I think he tries to save it, I don't think he wins. So it's kind of a catch-22 right there, Pete.
Yeah, if he's 1 lap short, he's rolling out of the throttle very, very early, getting into every single corner. Really only about half to maybe 3/4 throttle through the short chute. He's not getting back or matting the gas by any means. And Rose is not catching him at all. It's about a steady distance between the two. I think Boehner's got to stay out no matter what. Who knows, maybe he can coast across the line. Maybe it'll be close between him and the 20 if the 20 is +1. Well, man, this could be really working towards a phenomenal finish between these two.
Yeah, I think it's definitely working towards that way with laps winding down. We got to be, what, single digit?
I'm just about to pull up a stream right now. Might as well pull up the stream of Boehner since he is in the lead. And you called it. I think that said 6, if I'm not mistaken. I'll actually stay on Boehner on
well,
his
you better
cameras.
stay on him, and you better look in his mirror because that 20 closed the gap a lot. He's about 5 car lengths now away from that 36 of Boehner. I think CGMX Rose might be thinking he's good to go to the end.
Yeah, I think the 8-car Smitty was thinking, okay, here comes the leader. I'm just going to get out of his way. Meanwhile, Boehner probably wanted to stay behind him, keep in his draft, keep a little bit more fuel in that gas tank. But here is the 20 of CGMX Rose hunting him down. The 42 of Amore Smoke also not too far away. I think the 42 42 is throwing that in neutral, trying to save as much gas as he can as well. Here they come to the start-finish line. 5 laps to go, Eddie.
5 laps to go here at Pocono. We got the battle for the race lead heating up down into turn 1. We got the 20 of CGMX Rose now in the bumper of Boehner coming off the turn down the straightaway into the tunnel turn.
Yeah, you got to figure Boehner has had to really work his car, work the throttle. Meanwhile, the 20th CGMX Rose was able to pull back to the rear bumper of the 36 off his draft, all the while saving gas, keeping that 36 in his sight, staying behind him, using the 36 to pull himself up without having to use a whole lot of gas. These two are setting up for a great finish, coming to 4 to go.
I just don't think Banner's going to be able to save an extra lap. I mean, Rose is sitting pretty. I just do not see Banner being able to do this. If he is going to do it, he needs to let Rose go, in my opinion. If he's going to try and save one more lap to CGMX Rose to be able to win this thing, he holds off Rose for the time being, down into turn 1, 4 to go.
Yep, 4 to go, 36 out front, 20 of CGMX Rose in P2. I was going to check in with the stream of More Smoke. More Smoke is actually back in 23rd, 1 lap down, so not the night that More Smoke wanted. If Boehner is able to close us out, and CGMX Rose able to stay right there. There it is.
Yep. CGMX Rose looking down low, down into turn 3, up underneath that 36 of Banner when they cross the line, this time by 3 to go.
More Smoke kind of working into that mix a little bit.
Yep. Banner hit the wall.
Yeah, Boehner hit the wall. The 42 of More Smoke kind of got under him just a little bit, but the Boehner has not lost the draft of that 20. Looking at the stream from Boehner, he's got that car in neutral. He is coasting all the way through 1 and 2, jamming it back into gas, still trying to save. His fuel light is not yet come on. He is still under full power, saving as much as he can. It looks like he's got plenty of tire, just trying to hold on, hoping that 20 might run out. Boehner's now going to duck behind the 42 of More Smoke, hoping that he'll be able to pull him up. Maybe the 20 will run out of gas. I don't think it's going to happen. The 20 went one more lap. That golden lap may have been all the 20 needed in order to secure a victory here in the second race tonight.
I'd be shocked if the 20 doesn't get this win with 2 laps to go. Crossing the line this time by Nina Carroll, actually coming down pit road. He can't make it to the end.
Rough break for Carroll. He was definitely strong tonight. We'll have to see where he sets. You got to think he passed a lot of guys that short pit earlier, so he may still end up with a pretty good finish, hopefully still in the top 10. That would pay a lot of points for the 9 of Carroll, pull himself a little bit closer to that top 16 again, as we've got about 5 races left before we start the chase.
Yeah, I'm just getting on that 20 car, CGMX Rose, just in case he runs out of gas and there is a photo finish at the end, but I don't think it's just gonna happen. Here he is coming through turns 3, off of turn 3, down the front stretch, white flag in air, this time by.
Yep, I'm getting my way back up towards the 20. There he is. He has got nobody in his rear view. He sees the 42 of More Smoke in a very distant way off. Behind him is that 36 of Boehner. Boehner's got that gas light on. He's going to try to nurse this car all the way around for a top 2 finish. I'm not quite sure who is behind this 36. I think it might be the one of God Power. Not 100% sure. He was up there earlier. Right now, though, it is all about the 20 of CGMX Rose, about to lock up his 3rd straight win, HD.
I didn't know it was 3 straight, but here he is through the turn, down in the turn 3. No one is in sight. He's just going to coast this baby to a race win at Pocono. He played the cards in the first round, went towards the back of the pack to get a good starting position in this one, and it ended up being the... He won? Yeah, he won, right?
That's it.
Still green?
Nope, that's it. Yes, so CGMX Rose, Boehner, and Dan the Lawn Man is going to go ahead and round out your top NNR Finesse. Rowdy in P5, J-Pop P6, JCX12, another great top 10 finish. Kamal, Stout Whiskey, and Sledgehammer. He's going to go ahead and round out your top 10. Or actually, no, Sully passed Sledgehammer to steal 10th. It looks like coming off turn 3. So great job, Sully. Another positive points night for the 95 of Kamal. He's going to finish in the stage points as well. But HD, that 21 of JCX12, another top 10 finish. The man's been pouring it on. But I talked about 3 in a row for the 20 of CGMX Rose. That's 3 in a row from pole.
Well, I mean, he's getting pole the rest of the season. Nothing's going to change on that. As we're waiting for, I guess, Dan the Lawman to get up in here and finish in P3.
Yeah, how about that? Great finish by that 35 again tonight. Kept it out of the grass. Yes, Watts, I was right there with you. Wasn't quite sure what Boehner was going to do, but either way, a great finish for the guy. He's been making a lot of noise since coming in NNR, not only in Cup, Xfinity. I think he's got like 4 wins on the season there. Really strong in the trucks. Um, yeah, there's going to be a lot of strength going into this chase as we get started in just a little over a month.
Yeah, we're going to give Dan or Lawman just couple more seconds before we get this underway. Starting it off with Boehner possibly in P2. Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me work my way back to the booth. Just backing out of the game. I did not want to go to Richmond. So let's
And he's
see.
here.
Yep, there's Dan. You want to go ahead and take him?
Dan, you got a copy.
Dan, you're muted. There you go.
Got a copy?
What's up, man? You're bringing home P3 tonight. How's it feel?
Ah, it feels really good, man. I finally got a long run.
Yeah, I tell you what,
Trying
it
to get
was.
these long runs, man, and that's where I see better. These short runs me up a little bit.
Yeah, that first race there was definitely a little chaotic because a lot of cautions, but we went caution free in the second one. Now tell me, did you have a little bit of strategy coming into this where you're possibly thinking finish bad in the first one so you can get a good starting position in this? What was your strategy?
No, there was no strategy like that. I just went for it in both races. It was a good points night. Really happy.
There you go, man. Now take me through your final laps. We're kind of keeping our eyes up front with Boehner and the young gun here, CGMX Rose, in the battle they had going on. How did it play out for you to get third?
Well, I noticed everybody kind of short pitted on the first pit, and I got a lap ahead of them there. And then they short pit again, and I just ran the tank dry every time. I was probably about a quarter of a lap short in the last run, and I didn't save. I just went for it. It didn't run out.
Hey, man, well, there you go. It worked out well for you at the end. Ended up with a P3 finish at Pocono, doubleheader Pocono. Would you like to throw any shout-outs?
No, just everyone that runs this whole show. We really appreciate it, man. It takes a lot of effort, so appreciate everything y'all do for us.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Pete, why don't you go ahead and get P2?
Absolutely. What you call it? Dan the Lawman, just wanted to add one quick little thing for you, man. Not sure if you've been following the points. Right now, you're sitting P16 in points. This is going to be a great little boost for you to work your way a little bit further up the rankings, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. That was the main topic for tonight, so I'm glad we did that.
Nah, man, you're welcome. Boehner, buddy, you got me.
I got you, Pete.
Boehner, I tell you what, we watched you have a little bit of bad luck there in the first race, but it looks like you were really, really struggling, or I don't want to say struggling. You were really working that car, working the throttle, working your shifter, saving as much fuel as you could to keep it in P2. If you couldn't go ahead and win the thing, talk us through the later stage of that race.
Yeah, first of all, the first race, it was so depressing, to be honest. It was like a lot of guys had no idea how to get through turn one, and that's really tough when you practice all week and it becomes evident that nobody else did or whatever they're doing doesn't make any sense. And that was disheartening. So I was like, kept getting wrecked, and I was like, got huge damage, like coming to the white flag, getting in someone else's mess again. So just went ahead and pit, said we'll start on pole and try it again. And, fortunately that one went green. And I don't know, Rose just did a better job of saving earlier than I did. I had to save a lot, and then I got hit by a lap car with about 3 to go that gave me rear end damage. And then it was real loose after that too, although I don't think I was going to beat him anyways, but just not sure what the deal is there. But good race. Happy to finish second. Congrats to Rose. Thanks to you guys for all you do in the booth.
No, man, we did see that. Rose actually went one lap further than you did before you had to make that second or that last green flag pit stop, or the second to last green flag stop. But man, congrats! You finished in the same position as the guy that you work, as you just said, all week long with. Stay finessed. Looked like he had a pretty solid run tonight too. He's going to gain a bunch of points. You're sitting P15. You're going to gain a bunch of spots as well. Move on up the points ladder, just like Dan the Lawn Man. But man, congratulations on another phenomenal week. All week long, you've run these Pocono races. I'm sure you've been able to pick up just a little bit, looking for that elusive first win here in the Cup Series. Are there any tracks that are coming up that really suit your style where you say, yeah, that's the one, that's where I'm going to lock my way in with a win before we get to that chase?
Yeah, I'd say all of them.
Ah, damn. Calling your
I
shot
got a
now.
shot. I think
Nothing
I
like it.
got. Think I get. I think I got a shot at any track. It doesn't matter what it is. So it's just a matter of. I mean, Rose is extremely good. I mean, it's an honor to finish second to him. I was actually surprised he saved that first run, that extra lap. I didn't think it'd be worth it to do it then, but he proved me wrong. So good job there.
There you go, man. Congrats. You got any shout outs, bud?
Yeah, Rook Racing. You know, solely mountain finesse. Good practice all week. I hope all those guys got good finishes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd rather finish 13th and have awesome racing than kind of how that first race went. So, but glad I got second in the second one.
Second and a lot of stage points. Congrats, man. HD, you got your young gun.
You little devil, you, Siege MX Rose. I just want to pinch your cheeks.
What?
Nah, man. So good race right here, finishing P1 yet again. From the pole, was that 3 in a row?
I wouldn't say that because I lost the first one, but you could if you want.
Yeah, his first one, it's just a stage thing. It don't matter. 3 in a row, man. We'll call it 3 in a row. Don't double question me again, all right? You. But nah, man. Good. He still got me laughing from what I said. Nah, but a good finish for you, man. I kind of called it earlier. I kind of caught on what you were doing with the saving of the fuel, and I thought it was very interesting. You pulled Boehner on about 10 car lengths there a little bit during that second green flag run and just stopped completely. So is this your strategy all along with the saving of the fuel and possibly finishing around back to pack in the first stage?
Sort of. I knew we were gonna have to save gas if it went green all the way, so I just did it off the bat on the first run because we had the pace lap, which would make it a lot easier. So I saved then and was able to go one lap extra than everybody else, or not everybody else, but most people. And I started up front, which was also a good benefit. So yeah, I was just trying to save gas and make sure I made it to the finish.
Right, yeah, it's definitely good showing for you. Now, I didn't get to talk to you in the first stage, man. What was it like out there?
It was hectic. I felt like I had a car on speed that could definitely win both races. Things happen. It was a wreck fest in the first one. I'm glad we cleaned it up for the second one, but I don't know. That first one was a blur. I don't remember much about it anymore.
Gotcha. Now I got to know though, if you could have, would you have stayed up there and battled it out for the race win or stage win? I should say, to compromise the track position, because we saw some of those guys that got the win. Aviator wasn't really able to get that track position back in the second stage. So looking back at it, would you have done anything differently? Would you still win for the stage win, or would you possibly have backed it off?
I would have went for the win in the first race, but I kind of thought I was clear of poop and kind of caused the wreck, and Koi made me go to the back. So then I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna finish at the back and start up front the next race, have a better chance. So that's what I kind of decided on at that point.
Gotcha. Well, definitely worked out for you at the end. You got the last laugh. Like to Tony, shout outs.
You guys, Koi, everybody for keeping it green in the second. And yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Much appreciated. And good luck to you going forward in the Pro League. You better get a win.
I hope so. No, not just the win. I hope I get more than one.
You definitely will.
Rose, did that ticker ever hit 0?
No doubt.
No.
CRMX Rose, you know I was right there with you
Good job,
all
bro.
night long last night, keeping you and Jose 720 and Sledgehammer, the three from NNR trying to work their way into the Pro League, be noticed and picked up by a NASCAR team for season 2. But congratulations, another positive points night for you. As for me and HD, guys, this is going to wrap up a week of doubleheader Pocono racing. We're going to go to to Kentucky, next week. It's going to be a lot of phenomenal racing. We're going to start off with the trucks on Sunday night right around 9 o'clock. Make sure you go on up and smash that follow button, hit the subscribe, support the stream if you can, and then, make sure you hit that notification so you know when we go live. It's not only on these nights. Sometimes we do special events as well, or we'll co-host somebody else's stream like we were doing earlier for HD Motorsports, or somebody else during the week. But we will see you Sunday night from from Kentucky with the trucks. Tuesday night from I said it again, Kentucky with the Xfinity guys, and then I'll be back here next Thursday night with HD, also from Kentucky. Few more weeks left before we start off the chase. HD, always a pleasure to call these races with you. Thanks again for another phenomenal night, sir.
Yeah, man, it was. Sorry, I was reading something. Yeah, man, it was definitely a great night. Honestly, first race, it was chaotic, but I actually loved it, man. I love racing. I don't necessarily like to see all the wrecks all the time, but man, that was definitely a show out there in the first one. And the second one was good too, because a lot of strategy, and strategy ended up winning it at the end. So we had the best of both worlds at Pocono. And it's good to see it all come together, and I can't wait till next week.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. One more big shout out there to our top 3. Also want to thank Team WPC, Joe's 99, Mike's Chad, and Crazy GTA Man for the recent follows. Hope to see y'all again down the road as we continue to progress through the season. As for me, I'll see you again soon. Good luck to all the Pro League hopefuls, and we'll catch you around the track. Later.